Hi, and welcome back. In the first step, I showed you how to set up the environment variables. And the second step, I showed you how to install a loopback adapter with a static IP address. In the third step, I will show you how to install an Oracle database 11G. An 11G database is what I will use to demonstrate how to do an installation. But if you like, you can go ahead and install a 12C database. Now, the installation of an Oracle database starts with downloading the necessary files from the Oracle website. We'll go ahead and open the Oracle website. To open the Oracle website, you just type in oracle.com and this page will open. Once this page opens, go to Downloads, then Database, then Database Downloads. Then when you are on this page, you want to choose the 11G, the Enterprise Edition is what we're interested in. Then you accept license agreement and scroll down. You will locate Oracle Database 11G Release 2. And based on the type of computer that you have, if it's 32-bit, you will choose the first options. If it's 64-bit, you will choose the second two options. My computer is a 64-bit, so these are the two files which I will download. I will click on it. You will notice 64, and then I'll click the second file, and the second download should start too. Once the downloads start, this part usually takes close to 30 or 40 minutes, depending on your system. As you will notice here, the minutes are increasing as the downloads are taking place. Once the downloads have completed successfully, the next step is to extract the two files. You will start with the first file that you downloaded, extract it onto the C drive of your computer. Then after extracting that file, you will go ahead and extract the next file. The majority of the time, you will see a warning asking you whether you want to replace the existing file. When that warning comes up, go ahead and accept to replace the existing file. What the Windows software does is it merges the two different files and the content of the two different files into one file. And that should allow you to collect both libraries from the previous download and the new download into one download called database. Then when we are done extracting the files, we go ahead and open the database file, and then you will notice that there will be an icon with the labels setup. At this point, your software is ready for installation. You go ahead and choose that option, right click on it, and run as administrator. Once the installer window comes up, you will notice a warning asking you whether your system meets minimum requirements. Because I'm using a Windows 10 computer which has not been certified by Oracle, we will just go ahead and continue and click yes. On the configure security updates, you do not have a corporate account to be able to configure security updates for your Oracle database installation. So you will go ahead and then check this box and click next. You have not provided an email address. That is fine. We do not want to provide an email address. Then from the select installation option window, we want to create and configure a database. So you click next here again. Then we do not want to choose the server class unless if you have a server that you want to install the software on. The steps are practically the same. But since we're using a desktop computer, we'll choose desktop class and click next. Then at this point, the software automatically chooses the path where the database will be installed. The only thing that you have to do is change the character set type. So you will click the default and change it to Unicode. And then the Oracle database name can be left as is or RCL. And then I usually encourage my students to use one and the same password throughout the course. So the password that we'll be using in our training will be admin123, and the first letter is uppercase. Then you click next. This part usually takes a little bit of time. It can take as long as up to an hour or even more depending on the processor of your computer. So we will watch it for a few minutes and I will show you the next steps that come once the progress has reached 100%. Sometimes you will see some errors which shows that Windows Firewall has blocked some features of this application. Every time you see this come up, you just allow access. When you click allow access again, and this shows you that the installation has completed 100%. Now to be able to use the sys and system accounts, we have to give them a new password. And like I said earlier, we are using admin123 and the first letter is uppercase. So we will go ahead and give these two administrative accounts this one password, because we will use these accounts to create other database objects. And it's important that we have one and the same password so that we do not get locked out inadvertently while we practice during this course. I will also go ahead and lock one additional account. It's an order entry account. For those that like to experiment a little bit more with their software, this will give you additional schemas to work with. You click OK, and then you click OK. And you will notice this is the path where the Oracle database files have been saved, and this screen shows you that everything has been installed correctly and successfully. At this point you click close, and that takes care of the installation of the database. Now, to be certain that everything is running as expected, we will go ahead and bring up the command prompt, and we'll attempt to log into the database using the command prompt. We type SQL plus space system at ORCL. Recall system, we gave system the password admin123. So we will enter the password admin123, and remember the password is, the first letter is uppercase, the rest lowercase. And this is the message we're looking for: connected to Oracle Database 11G Enterprise Edition 11.2.0.1.0. This completes the steps and lesson on how to install an Oracle Database 11G on a Windows 10 machine. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to showing you how to run and install the repository creation utility.